Let's talk about the people who are commuting on two wheels now. We have seen these bikes all over the place, parked in yards, in the middle of sidewalks, even halfway submerged in the water of the Trinity River. The green ones, the orange ones, the yellow ones scattered all over Dallas. We want to remind you there's still time to vote in our live poll right now. Do you love them or hate them? All of those bikes that you see parked on the sidewalks all over town. Let us know what you think. Right now, hate it is certainly winning that battle.
It's a pretty strong number there, too. Well, this morning we just got our hands on a new ultimatum from the city manager to those bike share companies. Hannah Davis live this morning from downtown Dallas with the details on what it says.
Good morning, Kara. Yeah, brand new information this morning. Two letters went out overnight, one to city leaders and one to those bike share companies saying basically things have got to change. And I think this corner really paints a picture of what we're looking at. Take a look right here. We've got one bike company, two bike companies, three bike companies, and then down here we've got a fourth and about a 20-foot stretch. And of course, it's these bikes laying down here that's really the issue that a lot of people don't like to see. And this is not the only example. We've got video and pictures all over the city of this problem. And the city manager sent out a letter last night saying this has got to change. The bike companies really have to clean up the mess that they're seeing all over the city. And it also says there are 20,000, yes, 20,000 bikes seemingly everywhere. They're asking these bike companies to remove the bikeways from really popular areas and also make sure they're not left on the ground. So I want to show you some particulars of what they're asking these bike companies to do by the beginning of February. They say if any bikes are left in a sidewalk that's 10 feet in width or less, they've got to be removed. If they're in front of a public entrance, they've got to be moved. If they're on a popular trailway, they all have to be removed. The city says if that does not happen, the city may start removing them themselves. One solution could be, guys, to get docks for these bikes to leave them there instead of anywhere all over the city. We've seen that in Fort Worth and also in New York City, and a lot of people say that is the way to go. Now, we have reached out to the bike companies overnight. We're waiting to hear back, but what we are hearing from are people on social media who guess what? They love to complain about this. Janelle Bramden has been seeing what they're saying. What's the word?
Yeah, that's right. Thanks for that, Hannah. Well, let's check it out what people are saying. So Chris here says, I'd rather just use Dart. No go altogether there. Ray says, I love it. Loving the bikes. One more. Daniel says, well, you can't say there isn't anything to ride. I guess we can't complain about that. Another thing I want to show you guys, Katie Trail's not too pleased about it, saying perhaps your team could take some of those bikes away on their daily rounds to the trail. We have an average of 13 total bikes ridden each hour, so there will never be a need for your 100+ Lime bikes on our trail. We've asked nicely several times. They're really not happy about this. The last thing, Lime Bike has posted this on Facebook saying you don't need to know Kung Fu to park a Lime bike. Just be thoughtful. So they made a really funny video. I'm going to post that on my Facebook at Janelle Bramden if you want to check that out. But it's basically just teaching you like the proper etiquette, proper way to place that bike nicely.
Yeah, some people are purposely having fun with this though, because you see them stacked sometimes upside down on top of each other where it had to be like real effort put into that.
And I've seen people talking about how they're like in the middle of the road and people are having to dodge them. So it can be a problem, but I get it. Some people need that for transportation to get around.
No, absolutely. But not to sound like my mother, but you know, if it's not yours, then you're not going to take care of it as well as if it was.
Scary point in life when you start sounding like your own parent.
Thanks, Janelle.
It's okay.
Thanks, Janelle.